When we first decided to move to France, our plan was to get rid of everything and just take a few suitcases of stuff with us. But as we started decluttering, we realized something, and that is not everything belongs in the donation pile. Some things are precious, some things are practical, and some things would cost a fortune to replace. So today, as I rebox my pastel pencils, my colored pencils, etc., I want to talk about the balance between letting go and holding on to some stuff.
When we first started planning this move to France, our idea was simple. Get rid of everything. Just a few suitcases and we're done. I've always been like that. For a very long time, I've always been just like, I want to live Spartan. I don't want all this extra stuff. But the reality is not so simple. The more we went through our thing, the more we realized that not everything belongs in the donation pile. Some things are precious. Some things are practical. Some things would cost a small fortune to replace, like these pencils that I am packaging right now in this video. They're valuable to me, and they will cost hundreds of dollars to replace once I get over there. I know I'll want to replace them, so why not just take a small space, put them back in their original tins, and take them with me. I've invested a lot in these and in my pan pastels, and they're part of my creative life, so they're coming with me. But here's the tricky part. Downsizing is overwhelming, especially when you've got ADHD like I do. Sometimes I will stare at a pile of stuff and my brain just freezes. Because how do you even begin? It feels like so many decisions. And if I'm not careful, I swing in one of two directions. Either I keep everything just in case, or I get ruthless and throw away things that I'm going to regret later. So that's why we decided on a middle ground. We're still downsizing heavily, but instead of only bringing suitcases, we'll also rent a little space in a shared container for the things that really count. The key is to pause with each thing and ask, does this bring me joy? Is it useful? Would it be crazy expensive to replace? If the answer is no, it goes. If yes, it earns a ticket to France with us. So for me, the lesson is decluttering doesn't mean you throw out the baby with the bathwater. It means you keep what's precious, let go of what isn't, and laugh at yourself a little along the way, because sometimes decluttering looks less like a graceful purge and more like a staring contest with a box of pastel pencils. By the way, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and come on along with me. And I would love to know what you would take along. If you had to take just one thing, if you could only take one thing if you were moving abroad, what would that thing be? And I'm not talking about pets or children. They're going to come. But if there was one thing you wanted to take with you, what would it be? And if there's one thing you just absolutely do not want to take with you, what would that be? Comment below. So these are all of the pencils. They're precious to me and cost me a lot of money, and I'm taking with me. I'm also probably going to take my colored pencils and a whole lot of brushes. But other than that, I think I'm going to probably just get rid of my acrylic paints. I'm going to redevelop and regather canvases once I'm over there, and I don't have enough acrylics left to really be of a lot of value, so they'll just be taking up space. So I'll repurchase that when I get over there and get established and have a studio space. But I've really enjoyed the process of doing this, even though it was paralyzing at first, but I just decided to start with one thing at a time. Here is the tiny little corner of my studio where I'm putting the things that are coming with me. That's pretty much it. Here's my hand for reference. So not much, but that's okay because I have a big studio to have to pare down, and I've already gotten rid of, I used to have a big giant shelving unit here and a big giant baker's rack over there where I dried my paintings and a whole bunch of canvases. And this is what I'm down to. That will be going, I'm doing one more poured
abstract commission over here, and then all of those things will be going. I'm not taking any of that stuff with me because it's for acrylic pouring, and I can regather over there if I decide to get started with that again. So I'm using up all my paint left for the abstract designs on these few canvases that I have left in here. Okay, well, I hope you have a fabulous day. Love you guys. Bye.